we got our couplers installed, IAT is in, we checked the wiring here. I basically unplugged it to see if it would show up on the power tune, and it changes when I unplug it. We've got a couple of couplers cleaned up, and if you look on the power tune display, as you can see, it says 25, and that's Fahrenheit, or that's Celsius, excuse me. So the ambient temperature today, according to my phone, is 71. So it's pretty close to where it needs to be. So I think we're gonna call that good. Again, like I said, I unplugged it earlier and then it defaulted to its negative value. So the only thing that's left is that we have to deal with the fan control unit, the intercooler pump, syncing timing, and setting fuel pressure. And that should be it. We should be able to get this thing off the lift once we get the brakes locked in and done. So after messing with the Skyline and just getting frustrated with it, I just had to give it a break. So I moved over to the NSX just to get the tachometer working. So if you can see here, the tach is working now. We have it set up in the Haltech. So now we've got to tackle the fan wiring stuff on this really quick, and then we should be good to go. So looking at the factory tach and the power tune display, they're off about 50 RPM. All good. Oh, and we got to work on that. So we spent a little bit of time of trying to reverse bleed the NSX. So basically you just open up the valve here and we pump fluid through the back and then pushing up front, and it makes no complete difference. So we bled it out and we still got nothing on the brakes. So we're gonna pull the master back out and check it over. So we're removing all the wheels on the NSX. What we're going to do today is we're going to see why it lost all brake fluid last time, and the car had been sitting. So we're assuming it's going to be like a brake line type issue. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can get these off, and then we'll go from there. So on the NSX, we were bleeding the brakes and it wouldn't have anything. And so I ended up cleaning this up, and then look what I found after cleaning it up. This is in fact brake fluid that's been leaking from the master. So we're going to go ahead and pull all this fluid out of it and then remove the master. Oh, this is so ass. Mike, if you're watching this video, just know I hate you so much right now. So much right now. I think this car's had a booster before. The only reason why I say that was because when I removed the pin that connects the booster to the pedal, they had like a normal cotter pin in it. There's nothing wrong with a normal cotter pin though, but it's just that Honda, or the manufacturer, has like a weird looking P-clip looking thing. Another thing too is that this is just a regular 12. It's missing a washer. So someone has replaced it before, but not us. And I'm gonna tell you now, I can already see this being a pain in the ass to reinstall, but it's out. How? How'd I? Bốn con mà. Okay. 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 Yay, it's out. So I made the mistake of holding it upside down. So definitely bad booster. So as you guys know, on the NSX we've been having brake issues, and so we replaced the master cylinder and that made no difference, and we also found out that the booster's bad. So the booster was full of fluid, and it's obviously no good. So the fun part is that you can't replace these, can't replace them, can't get them rebuilt anymore. But you can see like all this corrosion down here is just from brake fluid. Now this rubber piece right here comes off, and now you're probably wondering why this is so important. Enter the new brake booster and master. So this is an electronic brake booster. It actually comes out of another Honda, and check this out. If I take that same rubber piece that came off the NSX and superimpose it over the new master, and check that out, it's actually the same footprint. Now what's not the same is the overall bore diameter. So the bore right here going into the firewall is a bit bigger. And not much though, just a little bit. So we're gonna have to drill out the firewall just a hair. We're gonna have to figure out how to do that. We can probably just get away with grinding it, but as you can see, it fits. Now while the unit does look extraordinarily big, it really is not. So we're gonna put these side by side as best as we can. And as you can see, with the master all the way seated and this section lined up as best as I can, just by the naked eye, you can see there's quite a bit of difference in terms of overall length. Now, we do have an issue where here, if I lay it on its side, you can see that the new brake booster master combo is a bit longer. So this portion down here probably sits further down than the original booster does, I think. I don't know for a fact. So we'll line it up side by side as so. And honestly, it actually looks about the same. Not gonna even lie. Pretty close anyways. All right, now let's get into the nitty gritty here. The one thing is you guys are gonna see is that the lines are on opposing sides. And the front one is also smaller on the NSX than it is on the new one. But overall, it's pretty close.